All right, hello and welcome to a session of FitEssentials Basics. My name is Shauna. We're going to go ahead and get started on our feet. All right, we'll start with our spinal cord breathing. Toes just underneath the hips, pointing straight ahead. We're going to lift your arms up, bringing them around, palms together, forearms together, and then bring your elbows down and into the chest. Very good. From here, you're going to kind of lift up through your midline, round forward, chin down to the chest, tuck your hips under your body. And as you take a nice deep breath in, you're going to open your body, lifting the chest, opening through the arms and shoulders, bringing the arms back and down. Look up towards the ceiling gently. And then we're going to reverse that on the exhale. Blow the air out of the lungs. Turn those hips back under. Pull the arms back to the chest. Go about 3 or 4 times here. Breathe in and lift. Exhale and close. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, close down, round forward. Blow that air out of the lungs. Final time. And go ahead and release. Fantastic. From here, relax those arms down to the sides, and we're going to go a couple shoulder rolls. You can use the whole arms here as you bring the shoulders up and into your ears, and then back and down. So up, and then rotate them back and down. Good job. So just nice and gentle on that lift up. See if you can kind of alternate which arm comes on top as you reach in front of the body. Nice. Couple more. And straight through. Beautiful. All right, feel free if you want to balance on a chair at all. We're going to roll the ankle around next. So you can balance a little bit, lift up, lift the foot and knee, ankle rolls. I'm getting ready for some balance work and tandem stance. It's like we're like walking the tightrope. Rotate the ankle the other way. There you go. And then same thing other side. Place that foot down, lifting up. And here we go.
Sorry.
It's okay. Good to see you.
I had a counselor appointment and anyway, I got to get my shoes on and pee.
Okay.
And I'll be ready.
No problem. We'll be here. Thanks for letting us know. And set it down. Good job. From here, hands on the hips. Just a nice gentle hip rock side to side. There you go. Go ahead. I'm just going to remute. Nice. All right, fantastic. From here, we're going to go ahead and just use this first circuit as a little bit of a warm up. So let's take your left foot, step it in front, take your right foot toe to heel right behind, like you're standing on a tightrope. Lift up through your midline, shoulders back and down. You can either have the arms out to the side or just down at the sides. And 3, 2, 1. Standing tall. Working that balance. Woo. Always feel a little bit off. There you go, halfway through. Remember, you don't want to let yourself drop forward, so keep lifting up. 2, 1, and go ahead and relax. Fantastic. Uncross the feet. Instead of hip rock side to side, we're going to circle the hips this time. Nice and smooth, circle them around. There you go. And then we'll reverse direction. Circle the other way. Good. Again, you can keep your shoes off for this first little bit if you'd like. And then second half, tandem stance. So now it's going to be your right foot in front, left foot forward, like you're on that tightrope. Toe right behind the other. Lift everything up, shoulders back and down. And here we go. Good. Don't let them come up into those ears. And I don't want the shoulders to round forward. If I'm pulling them back and in as I lift up, that's going to help that balance point. Wonderful. Yeah. There you go. 3, 2, 1, and release. Fantastic. We're going to go little gates of heaven next. Arms nice and relaxed to the side. Fantastic. Shoulders down. This is the end of our first set. We're going to go back to that tandem stance. If you want to hold a little bit of weight, You can either up at the shoulders or down at your sides. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of weight, but you don't have to, just your choice. It's going to be your left foot forward to start, left foot forward, toe right behind on the back, lifting tall, shoulders back and down, and here we go. So if you are holding some weights down at the sides, with the arms up at the sides, just think palms forward. So that will help position your shoulders back. You can see as those palms rotate in, now I start to round. So if I rotate them forward, that helps that positioning. Nice. And 3, 2, 1, and release. Set it down. Very good. From here, in between legs, we're going to get a little bit of a side stretch. So if you're good to reach up to overhead, have a little bend in those legs, we're going to stretch it to one side. Nice. And then up and across. Same thing other way. Wonderful. Once more each way, taking it to the one side and to the other. Very good. All right, second leg, second half, your right foot forward this time. So place that right foot down. Left foot comes right behind. Shoulders back and down. And here we go. You also want to pay attention to the rib cage. I don't want to go sway back. Think ribs down, shoulders stacked right over those hips. Nice. Eyes up. Looking straight ahead. We're halfway through. Fantastic. Almost there. And 2, 1, and go ahead and release. Step it in. Set it down. All right. And we'll go back to those gates of heaven. Nice heavy arms. Nice and gentle. Some good rotation. And it's great here if you could just kind of lightly allow those hands to just tap against the body. Nice and gentle slap. Hitting those kidney meridians in the back there. Keeping that nice, healthy pulse in the body. All right, everybody, that's the end of 3 sets. We're going to go back one more time. If you want to stick with the tandem, that's great. If you want to go back to like a one-leg balance, it's going to be a little bit more challenge. We did it in the beginning for the warm-up. Up to you. All right, in 3, 2, 1. If you're on the tightrope, left foot forward. If you are lifting the knee for the single leg stance, you can also think about lifting the foot and toe. And we're really looking to not drop that hip down. So keep holding everything up and strong. Wonderful. 10 seconds to go. Yeah, great balance, everyone. And 2, 1, and release. Awesome. We're going to go side stretch once more time. Instead of both arms overhead, let's go one hand on the hip, and then we'll reach and across with the other. Looking up at that hand if you're comfortable. Holding for a couple of breaths. And then taking it down. Same thing other side. Hand on the hip. Palm up towards the ceiling. Reaching across. Gazing up. And breathe. Good. 1 or 2 more breaths here. And go ahead and release. Fantastic. All right, last time, second leg. So it'll be your right foot in front. Shoulders back and down. And 2, 1. Here we go. I don't know why maybe I can hold the weights for this. Here we go. Either tandem stance or single leg. Wonderful. Good. Keep looking at something straight ahead to help hold that balance. Wonderful. Kind of little adjustments at the ankle, gripping those toes of that support leg. 10 seconds to go. Keep steady through that hip. Woo, there goes my balance. And 3, 2, 1, and release that down. Awesome. All right, last time on this nice gentle rotations. Getting ready for a little bit of deadlifting next, or some toe touches. Good mornings if you don't want to pick something up off the ground. We're going to get a little bit of stretching in before we jump into it. Very good. And release. Fantastic. Let's grab a drink of water. All right. From there, we're going to start with our Jefferson Toe Touch. So with the feet just underneath the hips, toes are pointing straight ahead. Start by standing nice and tall. Palms on the front of the thighs. Just don't lock out those knees. A little bend in those knees, chin to the chest, gradually rounding forward, sliding the hands down the shins. Nice and controlled. And you'll find your bottom position here, so no forcing. Keep holding strong through that core and midline, and now breathe into the back. 1 or 2 breaths. When you're ready, push through the feet, gradually coming on up. Fantastic. All right, from here, we're going to warm up that upper body a little bit more. So let's keep your feet about hip width apart. You're going to take your left hand, reach it straight up in the air, and then you want to bend the elbow. From here, ribs down, chin in, lengthen through the neck and spine as you reach around and grab that elbow and pulling it across for that tricep stretch along the side of the arm there. You can stay nice and grounded in those legs. Little bend to the knee, and then if you feel good to take it into a side bend, you'll gently bend to the side and then back up to the top. There you go. Then gently take it across and up. Couple more. And release when you're ready. Same thing, other side. Straight up, ribs down. Bend that elbow, reach around as long and tall as you can through the neck. Pulling it back and solid through those legs. Make sure you're nice and stable as you're going to go into that side bend. Good. Up to the center. Taking it to the side. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. Good. Let's go 2 more. Wonderful. Last one. Super. Bring those arms down. Shake those feet out just for a second, and then either with the hands behind the back, or if you can't quite reach, grab a band or a rope, interlace there, and try to extend those arms. Lifting up ribs down. If you want to take it into a forward fold, we'll go wide base stance. Solid bend, hips back. Pulling those arms up and over. And now nice deep breaths into the mid-back. Good. When you're ready, making your way back up and shaking it out. Wonderful. From here, we're going to isolate the hamstring a little bit, a single leg at a time. So set your left foot nice and solid. Take your right foot, reach it out in front of the body, heel down, toe up. And now with the weight still solidly through the left, you're going to bring the arms either behind the head or cross them over your shoulders. Standing tall, you're going to have a long spine as you bow forward. We're going to go 3 to 5 times. Just bowing forward, falling far enough to feel a little bit of a stretch on that outstretched leg. Nice. Up, bowing forward. You can pause on the bottom position there. Standing tall, over. Good. Last one. Chin in, head down as you lower. And standing tall. In between sides, we're going to go a wider base stance. This is a great time if you want to kind of help steady yourself. Standing tall, we're going to go like a side lunge here. Opening up that inner thigh, pushing the knee wide, keeping that heel planted. Yep. And then back to center. Same thing, other side. Heel down, knee pushes wide, keeping the knees tracking over the toes. And then just side to side, 2 to 3 times each way. Nice. Keep sinking back into the heel. Sometimes there's that tendency to really shoot that knee forward. So keep it tracking. Wonderful. All right, spectacular. So we're going to be doing preferably the deadlift if you can do it. You could have 2 weights or 1. If you have 2 weights, I typically recommend holding them outside the legs. And for this movement here, you can have a little bend in the knee, engage in that midline. I'm bowing forward, tall chest, long spine, coming to mid shin or to the floor. If you have good length in your hamstrings, squeeze the glutes standing tall. So we're up about 5 reps here. Bowing forward, practice that movement. Looking down and standing straight up. Good job. A couple more. Over. Yep. And stand. Good. Laura, can you just turn sideways to the camera? I can just see a little bit better. There you go. Thank you. Looks great. Yep. I would just say as you come down, start to bend the knees just a little bit more as you get that bottom position. Bend the knees a little bit more in the very bottom. You can do it. Good. Last one. Bowing forward. And up from there. Beautiful. All right, so that will be our first movement. And then our second movement, we're gonna have like a stagger stance. So if you have the weight in your left side, you're gonna have your left foot back. And then ideally, we're gonna go up to overhead here. If you have anything going on that doesn't feel good to reach up to overhead, maybe reach out in front of your body without any weight. Otherwise, we'll hold a nice light weight here as we go through that motion. So with or without weight, just get a couple reps here. Open up that shoulder. I'm just moving my hand right now. I don't have any weight yet. This is our warm-up set. And then we'll switch sides. With your right foot back, you'll reach your right arm up to overhead. Up and down. Fantastic. All right, we're going to be going 3 times through. Deadlift. Or you can just bow forward if you don't want it to go all the way down to the floor. Call it a good morning. And then that overhead reach. We're going to do a little bit of mobility in between sets. All right, so go ahead and find the equipment that you want to be using. Set that weight down. We're going to start here in 10 seconds. So with one weight, I'm going to go a little bit wider base stance, standing tall, and 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bowing forward and squeeze the glutes. Yep. Chin in, hips back. Working for 30 seconds here. Good. That's the way, Diane. Fantastic. And Diane, can you just turn sideways to the camera? I can see you a little bit better. There you go. Nice. And about one more here. 2, 1, and rotate. Fantastic. Let's go non-dominant arm first. Typically, that's going to be the left arm for most people, but it may be the right for you. Whichever arm you're going to start with, you're going to step the same side foot back. And it doesn't have to be a long stance, just a little bit of a stagger stance. Elbow forward. And when you're ready, nice and smooth, push or reach up to overhead. Elbow forward as you come down. Wonderful. Fantastic. 1 to 2 more. Gradually lower. Lift. And down and relax. Nice. Same thing, opposite side. Step the foot in. Step the other leg back. Bringing that weight up to the shoulder. 2, 1, and here we go. Think about firing that glute on that trail leg. So I'm just kind of trying to like squeeze. Wake up that tush. And as we push up here, we want to keep that weight close, like we're trying to reach it right over top of the center of our head. Nice and smooth. Try to close down that gap between the ear and the shoulder. Good. And 2, 1, and release. Fantastic. Before we jump back into those deadlifts, we're going to get a little bit of mobility through that mid back. We call it our reach and rotate. So either on your tabletop or on a chair, you're going to support your hands down, walk your feet back just a hair. You're going to take your left hand, reach it towards your right knee, and then with a nice long outstretched hand, you're going to sweep it across, follow your eyes as much, or follow your hand with your eyes, and then we'll do that about 3 times. Reach to the opposite knee, nice long sweeping, and I do rotate a bit on that trail leg. So the side that I'm reaching towards my right leg, my right foot's going to pivot just a bit as I reach up. Awesome. Same thing other side when you're ready. Right hand to the left knee, long arm sweep around. You can pivot on that left foot. And make sure you're not collapsing into your support shoulder. So holding strong, lifting up out of that shoulder. You can pause in that rotated position. Don't want to have any pain there. Just getting some good opening through the torso. Wonderful. Finish those 3. Take a drink. We'll get started in round 2 here in about 30 seconds. Fantastic. We'll be back to those deadlifts. I'm going to show it with 2 weights this time, 1 in each hand, and I'm going to hold the weights on the outside. Laura, watching yours, you're still kind of round in the bottom, so maybe don't take it all the way to the floor. Go about mid-shin and then stand from there or bend the knees a bit more. All right, everyone, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bowing forward. Squeeze and stand. Nice. Long spine. Pull that belly button in. Just hinging at the hips, not allowing the spine to round, keeping it flat. Good. Standing tall at the top, shoulders stacked straight over those hips. Nice. Over. Great, Diane. Looks good. Do 1 more. Bowing forward and standing strong. Beautiful. All right, we're back to our overhead press. Your non-dominant arm first. Same side that's holding the weight. That's the leg you're going to step back. You can hold the opposite hand on the hip. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Push smooth. Down and up. Very nice. We're trying to push that weight right over top of the head. Ribs down. Wonderful. Halfway through. There you go. One to 2 more, nice and smooth. Reach, control, and rotate. Switching sides. Step 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. Back up to that shoulder. Ready, begin. Remember to clench that glute of that trail leg. Try to imagine if someone had their hand, or maybe your hand on your tush. You want to kind of squeeze the glute right into the hand. Activate it throughout. Nice. And 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. We're back to our reach and rotate. Getting that rotation through the mid-back and torso. So set the feet about hip width apart. Slight bend in those knees. Support on both hands to start. We'll take your right hand, reach that left knee, sweep that arm up and across, pivot on the toe of that left leg. Breathe in, reach that hand to the opposite knee, and then exhale as you lift, rotate, follow that hand with the eyes. Good, 1 more. Breathe in and reach. Exhale and rotate. Good, opening through the hips and torsos and shoulders. Same thing, opposite arm. Holding strong, reaching across, and nice and smooth here. Over and up. Breathe in, breathe out. Good job. Walk it in. Let's grab a little drink. We're going to take about 40 seconds, just a little extra time here, and then we'll go into that final round. This is the end of our second circuit. First one kind of served a little bit of a good warm up for us, and then we've got 1 more to go after this. Wonderful. 15 seconds. I'm going to go back to a single weight. I'm going to go a little bit wider base stance. I'm going to set that weight down right between my feet. If you're still working with 2, feel free to keep it on the outside of the body. Standing tall, belly button in, midline engaged. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Breathe in to lower. Exhale, standing strong. Good. Control. Hinging the hips. Knees push out. Bend the legs as you come into the bottom. Good, much better. Controlling down and stand. Up, and you're activating that upper body too, holding those shoulders back and down as you lower. Good control. And last one. Good job. Go ahead and relax. Setting that down, back to our overhead press or reach. Final time. Non-dominant arm to start. Bringing that weight up to the shoulder. Stepping the same side foot back. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Push. Elbow forward, ribs down. Yep. Wonderful. Nice and smooth. Halfway through. There you go. Let's get like 2 to 3 more. Down. And push. Down. Last one on my end. 2, 1. And switching sides. Good job. Step it forward. Stepping it back. Back up to that shoulder. Nice deep breath. Smile if you haven't already. 2, 1. Here we go. Fire that bum of the trail leg. Pressing strong. Excellent. Good overhead reach, everyone. Reaching up, bringing it down. Fantastic. There you go. Maybe one more here. Up. And good job. Go ahead and finish. Fantastic. Set that down. Grab your water. We're going to take a seat for the final rotation. A little bit different variation. All right, we're going to do our seated rotations this time. Edge of the chair, hand behind the head, elbow comes to the opposite thigh. You're going to sit tall. You can use your hand on the inside of that same knee to sit tall. Give a little overpressure, rotate, peer over that shoulder. Gentle on these, but you want to hold that rotated position for like 2 to 3 seconds. Then breathe in, close, sit tall, exhale. Let's get about 5 on each arm. Turn the eyes as well. As you turn the eyes, you'll get a little bit more rotation through the head. One more time. Fantastic. Relax that arm down. Before we jump right to the other side, let's go ahead and just circle the head around a little bit. Gently bring the chin down to the chest, ear towards the opposite shoulder, looking up to the ceiling at the top. And we'll go like 2 times this direction, and then we'll take it the other way. Ah, good. Got some pops and clicks happening on my end. I don't know about anybody else. Go in reverse directions when you're ready. Body's kind of moving back into place. Chin down to the chest. Allow the back of the neck to lengthen. Very good. Once you finish those, bring your head back to neutral, looking straight ahead, and then we'll get our rotations on the opposite arm. Sitting tall, elbow towards that opposite thigh. And remember, you can gently use the hand on the inside of that same leg that you're rotating away from. Breathe in to close. Breathe out. Eyes follow the elbow. Breathe in, close. Sit tall. Exhale. 2 more. And last one. Fantastic. All right, let's give a little love into the hips and low back. Let's place your right foot down, and you're going to look to grab the knee or the shin of the left best you can. Shoulders down out of your ears. Hug it into the chest to start. And then you're going to try to get that foot to hook around the leg on the opposite side. Shoulders still back and down, and then readjust the hands as needed and hug that leg in. Try to pull it across the opposite side of the body. Get some nice lengthening here in the outer hip. Very good. 10 more seconds. One more breath. and release. Same thing, opposite side. Place the foot down. Grab that shin. We're just going to hug it straight in first, shoulders down out of the ears. And then when you're ready, reach it around, hook it against that opposite thigh. Hugging it in. And we're trying to target this outer hip area. Fantastic. 10 more seconds. Working the upper body here as well. 2, 1, and release that leg. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and take one more drink of water, and then we're going to come back up to our feet. We have one more circuit. When we get up to our feet, we're going to be stretching our quads. So that's the challenging one that we do here. Getting ready for a little bit of squatting. So once you come up, ideally we want to try to grab that foot, but if you can't quite grab that foot, we want to focus on those hip flexors. You can stand in that stagger stance and reach up, push those hips forward. Otherwise, same side hand grabs the same side foot, shoulder back, and get a nice stretch here on the front side of that thigh. Good. And then same things apply for when we practice all that single leg work earlier. See here, I'm kind of letting those hips drop out. So I want to lift up. I want to keep those hips level. Just a few things to focus on while you're trying to stretch. And 2, 1, go ahead and release that foot. Same thing other side. So remember, if you can't grab the foot, stagger stance, pushing that hip open, or balance, reach around, grab. Good. Upwards of 20 seconds here. You all make it look easy today. Good, 10 more seconds. Watch that hip drop, lifting up. And 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and release that. Nice. All right, from here, we're gonna go into our squat sit. So I recommend holding on to something for this one. Set the feet about hip width apart. You're gonna turn your toes, like you're turning one toe towards 11 o'clock and one toe towards 1 o'clock on that dial. And then you're sending those hips back, driving those knees out, seeing how far down you can get with good contact through the whole foot onto the floor. Good. When you're ready, you can use that upper body as you need. Pull yourself up, standing tall. Yeah, we're going to do that 2 to 3 more times. If you're not holding on, you're going to reach those arms out in front, sinking back, stand. Yep. Last time. Back, back, back. Control, heels planted, knees wide. Good. Thanks for the camera adjustment. And stand. There you go. Very good. And then from here, let's go ahead and just kind of bow forward a little bit. You're going to place the hands on the knees and just really gentle circular patterns. Yep. Holding strong in the spine. And reverse directions when you're ready. There you go. Kind of feels a little funny. All right. So I'll walk you through this first round. If you'd like to squat with some weight, you can. If you want to squat to the chair, you can also do that. Or just go unassisted. Totally up to you. We're going to start in 15 seconds. We'll work for 30, rest and rotate for about 15. And if you do have a long band, we're going to use that for the last exercise. We'll take a seat and we'll do a seated row with the band. So just make sure you have that around. All right. I know I said 10 seconds, but now it's going in 5. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. Squatting first. Reaching back, standing tall, with or without weight. I do want to hold weights. I'll have it right up here at the shoulders. There you go, good. Heels planted. Nice. And while I put a lot of focus on the heels, try to avoid lifting the toes up as you lower down. So try to kind of grip the floor and keep the toes gripping the floor, gripping your shoes throughout. Nice. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. If you are holding weights, set them down. We're doing our march and punch next. So bringing the arms up to the side. 2, 1, here we go. Punching across the body. As you lift the knee, lift the toes. So you want to activate that whole foot, kind of lifting through the ankle. And exhale as you punch. Good. Nice. There you go, 10 seconds. 2, 1, and rest there. From here, we're gonna go into a side step, open through the chest. Shoulders back and down. Good. On the next 2 rounds, on this part of the exercise, you'll have the option to do like a lateral hurdle step if you'd like. Okay, otherwise, stick with the side step. 10 more seconds. Good. Seated row is next. So we're going to grab our band and make our way to the chair. We're going to go a little bit longer for the seated row. All righty. So come to the edge of the seat. Place your band around one foot. Try to find the center of the band as you place that foot around. Sitting nice and tall. You're going to reach forward, and then you're going to row both arms together. Palms down as you reach forward, and then as you row, rotate the palms up towards the ceiling. Good. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Hold, and then reach. Good. Lifting the chest. Sit tall up out of your hips. Yep. Forward, and then back. We're setting the shoulder blades back, strengthening right between the shoulder blades. 15 more seconds. Reach, back, and squeeze. Wonderful. Reach. One more. Forward and pulling through, lifting that chest, and relax. Nice work. Take a little breather. We'll take 30 seconds, and then we'll be back to the squats. Or you can always do a sit stand, everyone. So for the sit stand, you would sit down onto the chair, trying to control it down, and then you stand up. I'm going to keep demoing the full squat today, but that's always a fantastic option if you don't feel stable in your squat. All right, going in 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. With or without weight. Hold the weight right up at the shoulders, or I'm holding one dumbbell here by each side. Kind of blends in with my shirt. So lowering down, heels planted, eyes up. Wonderful. Yep, keep that chest tall. You don't want to drop that chest forward. Nice. 10 seconds. Good. 3, 2, 1, and transition. Wonderful. All right, our second exercise. You can stick with that march and punch. If you want a little harder option, you can still do that cross crawl, but you'll go knee to the opposite elbow. And here we go. So either march and punch or knee to the opposite elbow. If you can't touch it, that's okay. Just do the best you can. This is our brain exercise as much as it is our body exercising here. Keeping the one side of the brain, talking to the other. Really important to stay nice and stable as you lift that leg up. So keep strong through the midline. Beautiful. One more each side. And release those arms down. Good. From there, either the side step with a little clap, or if you want to go over that imaginary hurdle, you can lift the leg up and over. Here we go. 30 seconds. Either that imaginary hurdle or your side step. Make sure you stay really stable through your hips as you step to the side. So still imagine I'm that marionette puppet. Everything's pulling me up to the ceiling. I'm holding strong through that midline. Good. Feeling those lateral hips start to fire as I lift it up, cross it over. Whoops. Balance check. Just laugh if you mess up. Happens to the best of us. 2, 1, and release. Very good. Seated row. This is the end of 2. We're going to be doing it 3 times total. All right. See, if you can remember which foot you put it around last time, try to put it around the opposite foot this time. Sitting nice and tall, palms down with the arms outstretched, and here we go. Pull those elbows back behind. Turn the hands so they rotate up and in. And we want to think shoulders down and out of the ears. Good. Breathe in to reach. Exhale on that row. Having fun with that internet in Phoenix today. Reaching forward, pulling it back and in. Good. Pausing in the back position. So pause as you hold that nice and tight. We're going to go about another 15 seconds here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good job. One more time. Reach and hold. 3, 2, 1, and release. Fantastic. Another 30-second break. Time for some water, and then we'll be going to our final round through, starting back with the squats or the sit stand to the chair. Nice work. All right, keeping that momentum going. We've got 10 seconds till we begin. If you've had enough for the day, just hang out and wait for that cool down stretch. Otherwise, set the feet, slight toe out, and begin when you're ready. Sinking back, eyes up, chest up. Moving with control, controlling down, driving the knees wide. And then stand with power, really push your feet into the ground. Generate that power as you push into the floor. There you go, good. Think elevator up, chest up, coming up smooth. About 10 more seconds, sinking down, push, pushing through your legs. Last one, control, and up. Wonderful. March in, punch, or knee to opposite elbow. Nice deep breath. Good job. If you're going knee to elbow, we're going to bring the arms out to the side. And remember, we're punching up opposite of that. 2, 1. Nice work. You're already moving. Stable through the hips. Lifting up through that midline every time I stand tall. This can also be done seated. You'll get a similar benefit, obviously not the balance, but you can get the brain talking to the other side. So if you feel unstable standing, you can always take a seat. And I'm working that midline as well. It's like a standing crunch. Good. 10 more seconds. A little bit longer on this last round. 2, 1, and release those arms down. Take about 10 seconds here. Nice big breath. Side step or lateral hurdle, up to you. 2, 1, here we go. So either side step, you can add the little clap if you like, or we're up and over the hurdle. If I'm doing the hurdle, I'm not worrying about the clap. Instead, I'm focusing on gripping my foot down, stabilizing up through that midline. Wonderful. We got to practice. We train for life because guess what? Our body loses that strength. We lose that full range of motion, right? It just makes us more prone to trips and falls. We want to keep our coordination. Find that sweet spot where you're challenging your body without overstressing yourself. One more time. And 2, 1. Relax those arms. All right, just the seated row last. Pick a foot, any foot to wrap your band around. Nice long arm position. We're going to go 45 seconds here. Reach it out. 2, 1. Here we go. Hold for 2 to 3 in that back position. So squeeze and then release. Reach in and hold. Sitting tall. Back and up. Feel free to kind of puff that chest out as you sit tall. Broad chest, proud. Strengthen, nice. Reach, lift. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. 10 more seconds. One more rep. Reach forward, backing in. 3, 2, 1, and we're all done there. Whew. All right, shake that out. Let's come on up for a second. Grab a little bit of water, and then we're gonna do a few handful of cool down stretches here to finish out the session. All right, we're gonna start with our around the clock stretch for our pecs and chest. So let's go to the doorway, or if you have a wall nearby. Let's start with your right hand right about shoulder height. So I just got my hand at shoulder height. I'm going to walk as close to the wall as I feel comfortable. Have your feet about hip width apart. And then you're going to gradually start to crawl your fingers of that right hand up the wall. Okay, when you get to the top, keep the ribs down, and then just very gently walk the hand behind your head. So walking it backwards. From here, you can stagger your feet a little bit. You can step your right foot forward, left foot back. And then you want to just ever so gently lean into it. You can rotate away. So turn your head, look over to the left side. Good. Just keep paying attention, ribs down. One more breath. And release. Walk the hands back up to the top. And then crawl back down. Walk that front foot back. Then we're going to go same thing, opposite side. Turn it around. Hand right by the shoulder to start. Crawl those fingers up the wall, up the door. When you get to the top, you can inch a little closer if you'd like. Crawl the fingers behind yourself ever so slightly. And then left foot steps forward. You kind of readjust your feet a little bit. Avoid that sway back. So tuck the front of those ribs down. Eyes up, chest up. Lean into it. And then ever so gently turn your body looking over that right shoulder. Very nice. One more breath here. When you're ready, crawl the hands back to the top. Walk them back down to the shoulder. Readjust the feet. And go ahead and come off that wall. Fantastic. All righty, standing nice and tall. We kind of do this for the warm-up sometimes, but let's go ahead and use a little bit of a cool down. Ground down into your feet, and we're going to go into our swimmer arms here. So we're going to imagine that we're swimming in the water, reaching up, reaching across. Beautiful. Front stroke. Let's get about 5 to 8 cycles on each arm. It's okay if you're not counting, just feel it through. Very good. And then after your front crawl, let's go back stroke. So I'll just stay standing tall. I'll cycle one arm back. Can rest the non-working arm on the thigh, and then switching side to side here. Reach up and around. Good. That feels nice. Open those shoulders. Open the chest. Beautiful. Let's get about 2 more on each side. I also think about as I reach, I spread my hand nice and wide. So I see how far apart can I extend from my thumb to my pinky. Keep those palms nice and open, nice and active. Fantastic. All right, from here, hands up on the shoulders, root down in those legs, rotate to one side, back to center, and rotate the other way. Good job. Twice more each direction. Very good. For the last time, you can either keep the hands there or bring them outstretched in front of the body, and then last time each side. I feel like I can twist just slightly more with the arms outstretched. You can kind of use the hand to pull the other hand across a little bit. And release. Beautiful. With your left foot forward, you're going to step your right foot back. Keep both heels planted on the floor. You're either going to go back to the shoulders, or if you feel good, to go up to overhead a little bit here. We don't want to go sway back, ribs down. And then we're simply thinking about lifting up out of those hips. And I'm going to push the hip forward, just try to squeeze here. Good. And then we'll side bend the whole body towards that lead leg. Fantastic. Breathe. One more breath. And coming up out of that. Good job. Bring those arms down. Same thing, other side. Step it forward. It's our last one up on our feet, and then we're going to come down to the chair, either up to the shoulders or up to overhead. Breathe in, lift, rock that back hip forward. So I'm just a little rock of the hips, and then taking it to the side. Yep, stay stable there. One more breath. And back to the top and release. Beautiful. All right, grab the water, take a seat. We're almost done. Coming in close. Wonderful. All right, so to start, you're going to place the hands on your thighs. I want you to kind of round the body, pull your chin down to the chest, blow the air out of your body. And you're going to breathe in, lift, roll the shoulders back and down, and lift your head to the sky. So it's kind of like a cat-cow from a seated position. So again, I exhale, round forward, kind of slide the hands a little bit on my thighs. Then I inhale, lift, looking up to the ceiling. Couple cycles there. Exhale, drop down. Head to the chest. Inhale, lift. Good. Release that. And then we're going to go our seated twist with our shoulder rolls. So you're going to take your left hand to the right thigh. If you'd like to cross the leg over, you can cross the right leg over your left. And then you'll take your right hand to the right shoulder. We're going to sit tall, turn the body, look over that elbow, and then you're going to rotate that elbow up and back, up and down. Anywhere about 5 to 10 times here. Keep focusing on trying to kind of pull the arm into the thigh, inviting a little bit more twist through the torso. And when you're ready, same thing other side. Place that foot down. Either keep the feet flat or cross it over. Now left hand to the left shoulder, turning your eyes towards the left, and elbow, shoulder rolls up and back. Pulling into the thigh to invite a little bit more rotation as you sit tall. Good, about 5 more times here. And release, good job. And we'll just finish with the head and neck. So we'll sit tall. We're gonna bring the chin down to the chest. Bring your chin towards your right shoulder, or sorry, collarbone or shoulder on the right side. Feel that stretch on the right side, your left side of the low neck, oh my gosh, of the neck. We're gonna take your right hand, and you can just ever so gently with your fingertips give a little bit of some overpressure. And if you want to take your left hand, palm up, you can kind of trap it underneath your hip to just help invite this shoulder to go back and down. Stay delicate here. One more breath and release. Coming on up to center. Same thing other side. I guess it would have been better to place the hand first. So palm underneath that opposite thigh. If you choose to, sit tall, chin to the chest, and then lightly bring the chin towards your left collarbone. Feel a stretch along the neck and upper trap area on the right side. And then if you choose, fingertips along the head. And just ever so slightly inviting a little bit more length through the neck on that side. Smooth with the breathing. One more breath here. And release. Come back up to center. Good job. If you're comfortable to place the hands across the collarbones, and then you're going to give a gentle downward tissue pull. And as you pull the skin of your chest down, you're going to look up. As you look up, you can kind of tilt your chin over to the right side. Turn your head ever so slightly. Feel it in the side of the neck. And then back to center. And then same thing other way. You can just ever so gently tilt your head, kind of bringing your chin towards your left shoulder. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. Fantastic. And then feel free if you want to go up and down a couple more times, bringing that chin down to the chest and give it a little bit slight overpressure. We'll stretch out the back of the neck. I feel that tension on my end, I know. Good. Neck circles, whatever feels right to your body, shoulder circles, anything else that your body's asking for. Otherwise, thank you so much. Great job today. Have a great weekend for those of you I won't see on Friday, and we'll hope to see you next week. Oops, I almost hit the wrong end. Stop the recording.